Alright, so this says find the missing x value from point A. So we're giving 2 points and its distance. So we're using the distance formula, but we're missing a point. So we need to figure out what is that exact point. So what is that x value to make this whole statement true? Distance is equal to, ooh, that's a horrible radical. Oh, that's fine. x2 sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y2 minus y sub 1 squared. Just pretend that's not curved. Now we know we need to label it. x1, y1, x2, y2, and that's our distance. So I'm going to plug all this stuff into this equation, and we're going to go from there. This is a little bit more advanced than what we've been doing. So we have square root 53 is equal to the square root of 3 minus x squared plus negative 1 plus 8 squared. First thing you need to do is we need to get rid of this radical. So I'm going to rewrite it. Square root 53 is equal to the square root of 3 minus x squared plus 7 squared. First thing you need to do is we need to get rid of the radical, so we square both sides. That means the radical cancels, the square root or square cancels, this cancels, so now we're left with 53 is equal to negative x plus 3 squared plus 49. So what's going to happen with this is we need to double it. It's not going to become what you think it is. So now we have 53 is equal to negative x plus 3 times negative x plus 3 plus 49. From here, you need to distribute. So x times x becomes a positive x squared. So we have x squared. Then we do negative x plus 3, which will become minus 3x. And negative 3, or 3 times negative x becomes minus 3x. And the last one is 3 times 3 is 9. So we're left with this. 53 is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 9 plus 49. So now we need to start simplifying. 53 is equal to x squared negative or minus 3 minus 6x. 9 plus 49, 58. From here, I need to subtract this over because we do have to factor. Equal to 0. We have to factor, so we have to equal to 0. So minus 53 minus 53. 0 is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 58, or 58 minus 5 will be 5. So, how do you factor? Well, this is back to your Algebra 1 course. So how do you factor? So, 1 times 5. This gives us what? Multiplies to 5, but adds to negative 6. So it multiplies to 5 but adds to negative 6. Alright, so the way you're going to figure that out is you need to start making a table. Well, let's try the easiest one. 1 and 5. Well, 1 times 5 is 5, but it doesn't add up to negative 6. But if I make it negative 1, negative 5, well, look at that. It does work. I'm going to use a little bit of a convoluted way of doing this. They're grouping. So 0 is equal to x squared minus x minus 5x plus 5. All I did, if you don't really know your factoring well enough, I'm using the grouping method. Made that negative 6 into negative x and negative 5x. So from here, I'm going to group these and then group these. What GCF do they have? They have an x, so this is equal to x. X minus 1, and then what GCF do they both have? They have a negative 5 in common, so minus 5, x minus 1. I know I did it right when both groups are the same, so this is equal to x minus 5, and then both groups, x minus 1. So for this statement to be true, our x value can be at two places. X would be equal to 5. The way I get 5 is I do x minus 5 equals 0. I add 5 to both sides, it makes it a 5. X minus 1 equals 0. I add 1 to both sides, right there. So how could you check your work? You could just use the distance formula to make sure that your answer comes up with the right thing. But from what I can see, x equals 5, 1, and we'll check our work here in a second.